Have you ever looked at the sheer chaos of your own life and wondered if you are simply a mistake, a cosmic accident wandering through an indifferent universe? It is a feeling that only scales up when you look at the wider world. We observe human history, the endless cycles of war, the exploitation of resources, the systemic corruption, and it is very easy to conclude that humanity itself is a deeply flawed project. But there is a strange, almost comforting truth hidden in ancient texts. That exact doubt, the fear that humans are inherently destructive, is not a modern psychological quirk. It was the subject of a cosmic debate before the first human even existed. The Quran details a conversation where the Creator announces the intention to place a Khalifa on Earth. This term, as seen here, identifies the human role as a successor or a steward. And the immediate reaction to this announcement from the angels was profound skepticism.
They looked at the design of this new creature and asked the obvious question, why entrust the earth to a being guaranteed to cause chaos? That internal sense of being in error is the very tension that defines the human story, a struggle for legitimacy that began before we took our first breath. To understand this debate, we have to look at who is raising the objection. The angels operate in a realm of pure logic and absolute obedience. There is no friction here. There is no human emotion. Because they operate flawlessly, they instantly ran the probabilities on a creature granted free will. Their conclusion was blunt. This new being will shed blood and spread corruption. From the perspective of a perfect, frictionless system, introducing agency looks like introducing a virus. Why build an unpredictable, error-prone entity when you already have entities that execute their functions perfectly? The Creator's response does not deny their calculation about violence and corruption. Instead, it offers a definitive rebuttal. I know that which you do not know. A system built entirely on perfect, involuntary compliance cannot comprehend the value of friction. To the angels, a mistake is a system failure. To the Creator, the capacity for risk and error is exactly the point. The Creator does not prove human worth through physical strength or purity. Instead, he initiates a stress test of intellect by teaching the prototype, Adam, the names of all things. This network shows the process of categorization that defines human intelligence. As these random shapes enter the frame, the human mind organizes them into structured hierarchies. We derive meaning from chaos by assigning names and values to the world around us. The angels are then asked to perform the exact same task, but their rigid grid of logic stalls out. They lack the capacity for creative abstraction. Recognizing their own limitations, they concede the argument and bow to human potential. But the system encounters a catastrophic failure from an unexpected source. Among the ranks is Iblis, the Satan archetype. He looks at the prototype, refuses to recognize its worth, and outright refuses to bow. Iblis argues from a point of elemental hierarchy. His origin in smokeless fire makes him superior to the grounded, shifting clay of the prototype. It is a failure born of pure, blinding arrogance. The test reveals a critical distinction. Possessing immense knowledge and purity of function means nothing if it becomes corrupted by ego. True potential requires the humility to learn. Both Iblis and the human prototype possess free will, but when Iblis makes a mistake, his arrogance forces him to double down. When Adam eventually makes a mistake, he does something different. He owns the failure. The human design relies on the integration of free will with the capacity to fail and the subsequent ability to repent and recalibrate. This diagram maps the 3 pillars of stewardship. For a Khalifa to function, they require agency to make choices, the intellect to categorize the world, and the responsibility to care for it. Only a being that understands consequence can act as a steward. Think back to that overwhelming feeling of being broken or flawed. Every time you fail, every time you face the consequences of your own choices and actively decide to repair the damage, you are executing the specific function you were built for. Your capacity to make mistakes is an intentional feature of your design. It was built in specifically so you could learn, adapt, and lead. You are not a cosmic accident. You are the prototype, functioning exactly as intended.